Good morning, Digit fam. Adam Dowd here to serve up another round of all the tech news you need to know. And just a PSA, the podcast, This American Life, is in rare form this week. You should give it a listen, and you can laugh out loud like me in the middle of a grocery store. But only go there once you're done here. And speaking of that, it is September 12th, 2019, and this is your Digit Daily. Google is not very good at this whole secrets thing, though in Google's defense, last year, all of us started in August. At least this year, Google made it to September before leaking the entire phone, because that's exactly what happened if you speak Vietnamese, that is. Because a couple of Vietnamese YouTube channels, An Em and Dui Tham, I'm guessing that's how you pronounce them, both have reviews up of the phones that aren't for sale yet. It's all about those clicks, baby. Rumor has it that a mobile phone store got some pre-production units and sent them out to these YouTubers. Hope it was worth it, because you probably won't get any more pre-production units. But anyway, maybe we should back up a little bit. The day started with a YouTube video from This Is Tech Today, pretty much rounding up all the leaks that have come out so far. Those leaks include colors, camera configuration, the fact that there will be air gestures, the fact that there will be no fingerprint sensor, the overall look of the phone, no notch, yada yada yada. Our friends from Vietnam are finishing off the picture by posting full reviews of the device, and we can see air gestures in action. About the only thing we don't know at this point is Sundar Pichai's social security number. The event, where we learn all about this phone that we already know about, will happen on October 15th. Oh yeah, by the way, that's another leak, also not confirmed. So I guess that leaves us wondering, what's up with all these leaks? How do we feel about them? I mean, these days, we're also news hungry, and from a strictly job security standpoint, I thank you for that, but we're also news hungry that will gobble up anything that comes out having to do with these new devices in the pipeline. It gets to the point where we know everything about everything before the PowerPoints are even made for these events. Are we better off for it? I'm not so sure, and this is coming from the guy who used to unwrap his Christmas presents weeks before the holidays because I didn't like surprises. Personally, I think it'd be nice for a CEO to walk out on stage and surprise us, not unlike what Tim Cook did the other day. Oh, don't get me wrong, the phones weren't a surprise, but the pricing announced was definitely eye-opening, and that was a real treat. Will the Pixel have any treats for us? We'll find out on October 15th, but for now, it's time for the Roundup! Think about the worst working day you've ever had. Now smile, because it's not as bad as the bad day that Uber and Lyft just had. California passed a state law requiring that workers in the gig economy become employees of the company and no longer private contractors. This affects all gig workers, not just Uber and Lyft, but it's going to hurt those two pretty hard, since they're already bleeding money and trading way below their IPOs. Now, this only affects workers in California, but as Quartz points out, California just drew up an outline for other states to take similar action. The gig economy as we know it might be going away. Good luck, folks. Keep your heads down. Up until now, the Fairphone 2 is the only smartphone to achieve a perfect 10 out of 10 score on the repairability scale. And now, of course, the Fairphone 3 holds that same score. It seems not only does the Fairphone 3 have a modular design, but most of the components can be accessed with no tools or just a regular Phillips head screwdriver. Plus, there are visual cues on the inside of the phone that basically illustrate how to disassemble it. Needless to say, Apple does not do this. I mean, none of this is particularly surprising, but it does go to show how repairable your smartphone could be, but isn't. Chrome version 77 is rolling out to mobile devices as we speak, and along with it comes a nifty feature called Send to My Devices, which does exactly that. It will send Chrome tabs to a designated device. In Android, tap the hamburger menu and go to Share. On desktop, just right-click on a given web page. And yes, I know this isn't new. Chrome extensions have been able to do this for a while, and I'm going to give a shout-out to my old WebOS friend, Zafree, who originally developed an app called Neato for WebOS, which allowed you to send websites between devices, like a decade ago. And I don't bring that up to say Neener WebOS did it first, because between Android and WebOS, only one of them is still hanging out at the water cooler, if you take my meaning. But I bring it up because for the past decade, whether it's this old app, or whether it's macOS and iOS sharing Safari tabs, or now it's Chrome, whenever I do that I say, Neato, out loud, making it the most appropriately named app ever. Gizmodo makes the argument that Apple TV doesn't have to be great out of the gate for two reasons. First, Apple is giving it away to pretty much anyone who sneezes inside an Apple store. Plus, even if it's a little weak, who cares? It's $5. It's 5 shows for $5. So that's like, what, one less cup of coffee per month? And I don't know if that speaks well for streaming services or really badly for coffee. But either way, it's a good deal. I'm still not signing up, but it's a good deal regardless. Tesla set an unofficial record for speeds at the Laguna Seca track, coming in at about 1 second faster than the fastest four-door sedan. But it's unofficial because it wasn't a sanctioned race event. It's also not a stock Tesla car, as this sedan was equipped with what Elon Musk is calling the Plaid powertrain. Why Plaid? Well, according to Elon, it's because Plaid is faster than ludicrous speed. However, if you will check your canon, Elon, Plaid is the result of going ludicrous speed, not faster than it. I appreciate the reference, but get it right, man, for nerds everywhere. If you head over to Twitch, after this podcast is over, of course, to check out your favorite Fortnite streamer, you might find them wearing less tactical armor and more chainmail armor, since more Fortnite streamers have switched over to World of Warcraft in an effort to just do something different. I mean, who knew you could get headshot fatigue, am I right? World of Warcraft is a 15-year-old massive multiplayer RPG that relies more on cooperation rather than shooting each other in the head. It just goes to show that no matter how popular a game is, it's only a matter of time before the luster starts to wear off. But the real question here is this a brief break? Or is Fortnite in a bit of trouble? But at least if it's on its way out, it can be proud to have passed on its legacy, because our last story of the day is about the game Civilization and its recently added Battle Royale mode. Oh, because of course it did. In this mode, 12 players compete against each other to get off the planet before a red death storm sweeps in and destroys them. Original. I mean, I could go on here, but come on, Civilization. That's not what the game is about. But I guess whatever, guys. You do you. We'll just all go do something else. So that's going to do it for today's Digit Daily. If you'd like to learn more about any of these stories, check out the links in the show notes and subscribe to our daily newsletter on Digit.com. And if you like what you heard, subscribe, leave a review, and don't forget to tell your friends about DigitDailyPod.com. Once again, I'm Adam Dowd, Dead Technology on Twitter, and we'll talk again tomorrow.